juxtaposed, one powered by petrol, the other by electricity generated from fossil fuels, the carbon calculus becomes markedly more intricate than tailpipe centered comparisons suggest. To grasp this complexity, researchers rely on well to wheel WTW and life cycle assessment LCA frameworks. These analytical instruments trace emissions from the point of fuel extraction and processing, the well through conversion, transmission, and ultimately energy use.
Incoming voice call from +918069625482 on SIMME India.
These analytical instruments trace emissions from the point of fuel extraction and processing, the well through conversion, transmission, and ultimately energy use at the wheels. Comparison between internal combustion engines and EVs. A conventional petrol vehicle converts chemical energy into mechanical motion through an internal combustion engine, a process characterized by profound thermodynamic inefficiency. Canonical engineering studies show that barely 15 to 20% of petrol's energy content is converted into useful work, with the remainder dissipated as waste heat through exhaust and cooling systems. From a carbon standpoint, the combustion of petrol releases approximately 2.3 kgs of carbon dioxide CO2 per liter. When upstream emissions arising from crude oil extraction, refining, and transportation are incorporated, the well to wheel emissions of a typical petrol car in India fall within the range of 150 to 180 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer, contingent upon vehicle efficiency and driving conditions. Electric motors convert roughly 85 to 90% of electrical energy into motion, but EVs, electrical vehicles, do not generate energy. They depend on electricity that charges their batteries. EV performance is grid dependent by design. This dependence becomes decisive in countries such as India, where electricity generation remains overwhelmingly coal based, more than 75%. Scenario 1: petrol burnt at the power plant. Consider a thought experiment. Instead of combusting petrol within a vehicle engine, the same fuel is burnt in a thermal power plant to generate electricity, which is then used to charge an EV. Under real world operating conditions, thermal power plants convert fuel into electricity at efficiencies of roughly 33 to 38%. In India, an additional 15 to 17% of generated electricity is lost during transmission and distribution before it reaches the end user. Charging losses and battery inefficiencies further erode usable energy by approximately 15 to 20%. So, once these layered inefficiencies are aggregated, the ostensible efficiency superiority of EVs is substantially reduced. Multiple well-to-wheel studies demonstrate that an EV powered by electricity generated from petroleum products yields only a marginal reduction, and in some cases, no reduction at all in carbon dioxide emissions relative to a petrol internal combustion engine vehicle. The apparent advantage dissolves once upstream losses are fully internalized. Scenario 2: India's coal dominated grid. The comparison becomes more fraught when electricity is generated not from petrol but from coal. Coal based electricity in India exhibits a high carbon intensity, frequently exceeding 800 to 900 grams of carbon dioxide per kilowatt hour at the point of generation. When transmission and distribution losses are incorporated, the effective emissions per delivered kilowatt hour escalate further. Peer-reviewed studies find that EVs charged on coal-heavy grids can emit between 200 and 226 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer on a well-to-wheel basis. EVs and the hidden architecture. Beneath the rapid global proliferation of EVs lies a dense, often obfuscated lattice of overt and covert subsidies. Overt subsidies constitute the most visible instruments of state intervention. These include direct purchase incentives, tax rebates, reduced registration fees, and production linked incentives for manufacturers. The United States federal tax credit of up to USD 1,500, generous purchase bonuses across Europe, and China's expansive pre-2022 subsidy regime were central to early EV adoption. Empirical research corroborates this effect. A global econometric analysis finds EV demand to be highly price elastic. A 1% reduction in effective purchase price increases EV sales by approximately 2.5 to 3%. Subsidies, in other words, translates into sales more than proportionately. Now we'll move on to see something else beyond this topic. Let us have a look at another topic that I will look for you.